Yeah, maybe John Bartholomew. I mean, like, I don't know. There are a lot of strong I am. It just doesn't know who is the best. But obviously, I don't want to jinx myself. You know? Okay, let's go to the next game. My opponent is Johnny001. Let's play d4 this time. Yeah, I think quiz gambit is the thing that obviously works in highest level. Obviously. But there are not many of those. d5, c4. So let's go to Queen's Gambit. Okay, I'm sorry. This is called Slav Defense. A very, very solid position and very solid opening for black. So I will show you how to play against this one. And there are many choices and many possibilities for white to play here. Knight c3, knight f3, e3, c5, a lot of move. I want to play the main line that I used to play, knight c3. dc4, this line is pretty famous as well. e3. I mean right now, so normally people will e3, taking this pawn and b4 and c4. I will play the main lines for you. I mean I know the other lines for sure, but to make this one instructive, I'm going to play the main line, and I will talk about some other lines later when I'm trying to analyze the game. e3. b5. This guy seems to know some theory. a4. This is the theory. Let's just play quick. What is this? Why I never seen this before? Probably a good move. But I must say that I never seen these things before. Surprised me a bit. Okay. I must admit that I never seen this thing before. Maybe I don't have enough opening knowledges. Let's play simply. I'm gonna play ab5, c5, and play b3, attacking the pawn chain. So now b4, he's playing really fast, but sadly for him, this is not a good move. Sadly for him. Now I will play knight d5, attacking his queen right now, and by doing that, I can also take on c4 next to defend the knight, and I'm simply developing much faster than him, right? Queen c6, attacking our knight. Okay, so right now, just a question. What do you think should be the best to take on c4? The pawn or the bishop? What do you think should be the best to take on c4 right now? Let's go. And give you 30 seconds for answering. Come on, McDonald, you are revealing my threat. I see that. No worries. Actually, I must say this. Actually, a pawn is fine. A pawn's fine. If you play queen b7, I will take with the pawn. But right now I will take with the bishop. Since first of all, it's not only you bring up a piece to, developing faster. Also we want to, developing so fast. But bishop c4 is much better. Since right now I combine this with a very... Yes! 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 Now this is my threat. I love this. I see this earlier. Now, why to play and win? Why to play and win, guys? A very small combination. I saw this earlier. This is why I play bishop c4. Why to play and win? We are just crossing move 9. But now white got a winning move. What to do? It can be hard for you guys. But first of all, I would trying to tell you how this can work and how to find these tactics. First of all, as I have told you much more time earlier, when like your opponent's pieces is on the same diagonal, we should try to find a way to exploit that. You know, this time is the king and the queen. Another time can be another piece. We should try for a way to exploit that with some kind of, bishop is ray, right? So now how can they be targeted? Bishop e5 is the move that we want to play for sure, but it seems to be that his queen can take, right? But now we got 95, and we can play knight c7 next, right? So royal fork coming next, and I'm sorry Johnny, this is completely over. Only after 10 moves. Yeah, you guys correct. You guys are correct. Nice. If this is the best choice for him. Although he sacrifices queen, he also having 2 pieces for the queen. Take. So now we'll show you how to convert correctly this position in f3. Before we go for some final attack, simply castling first. Castling should be fine, but I think go knight e5 first. Trying to activate my knight. Also take here, so the e5 should be winning for me right away. So knight e5, bishop e7. Castling, play slowly. And before we go in for the final threat, simply develop first. Knight c6. Exchanging the bishop, and rook a6. Attacking both the bishop together. Well, Prince flag? Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But I mean, like, should be something unique from my country? I don't know. Actually, I must say that I'm not so sure how to answer the questions. King d7. So he protect the pieces. I will keep attacking queen d3. Not only I defend against bishop e5, but so also now I want to play bishop next and trying to involve the bishop in the game. Queen f5 check. Yeah, it is sometimes. Bishop d2. So now you understand my ideas. Before you go for attack, just ready to get all your pieces in a good position, improving every pieces and keep your king in safe position to simply defend against all of the ideas that can get counterplay. Probably I don't know anti, I'm not so sure. Okay, now what to play and win. This is pretty easy one. What to play and win. I bet most of you guys can see this. What to play and win. There can be a lot of moves to win here actually. But rook c1 is the fastest method. Why? First of all, it will bring a rook with tempo to attack the king. Second, by taking the king away, this bishop d6 simply becoming hang. Right? Rook c1 is correct. With tempo, bring our flash forces into the game. And now we simply take the bishop. Right? Rook d8. I mean, well, as I told you earlier, when you get a winning position, so you have 2 choices: to attack or to liquidate into winning endgames. And when you don't see something so clear, just exchanging. And bishop b4. Now it's absolutely winning, right? I think right now we don't have We don't need further explanation. Now simply over. C6. Bishop E7. Exchanging even more. Bishop D7. Okay, he want to exchange. He want to kick my queen. So now every queen is winning. This. Simply don't go for botazing. That's winning. That's all. I'm going for queen e5. I want to go here. I mean, queen f4 is the same thing as well. Just the same move. Same idea completely. I mean, everything's winning. Now takes here. Now takes here. Takes. And now takes every pawn's left. The final work is pretty easy. Okay, so now you guys wants me to show you the winning method with the bishop and the knight, or I want to checkmate him right now. Depends on you. Now, what do you want me to checkmate? I can do whatever you want. Well, I'm not going to troll him, since I mean, like, I want to do something instructive. So trolling people is not a anti-prophet. Yeah, anti-prophet. Makes sense. I'm sorry, Johnny, for sure. But still, this is a very good position, actually. Very good position. And a trap you can try to use against the Slav Defense, right? I think this is a very good trap. And I try to show you how to convert the game when I'm playing, right? How old am I? 25. What is star on the flag about? I don't know. I mean, like, well, let's try in the Wikipedia. Let's try into Google that. I don't even know. Let's go through the game again. It went pretty quick, as smooth as well. Pretty smooth as well. I need to go to show you again, right? Show you again. How is it going? Here we are. So we play with Johnny, who is from Australia. In the game, I played the Queen's Gambit, and he declined. He plays C6. This is called Slav Defense, right? This is called Slav Defense. So now White get a lot of options. He can play E3 first to defend this pawn in C4. He can play knight C3, as I play in the game. We can play knight F3 as well. Both of these are completely playable. Just depends on you. I suck at chess. Watching you just show me that even more how bad truly I am. No, I mean, first of all, I'm bad as well. I mean, one of the good thing about watching streamers is that you can try and learn from this. Actually. And second, I mean, like, when you come in here, so if you feel that you're bad and you can fight, I mean, like, you can be better. You can even be better to learn and to, you know, getting more stuff in your head, right? Really? Kongaru? You come here but you don't know who I am? This is a bit strange, I mean. No. Here we are. Good. Okay, now I feel warmer. Keep on going. Good. Let's go through the games. Okay. You make it easy to learn with your explanations. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. I mean, like, I told you earlier that my goal to stream, my resolution when streaming, is trying to build a chess community that everyone can learn. Everyone can learn. And you guys can feel free to learn something else and can find my stream useful. That's why that's why that's why I think like I really love to see you here, and also hopefully this can be something you can learn from. So if you guys feel love my stream, love my channel, I really I think appreciate it. Appreciate. Let's go through the game again. 6, knight c3. After this in the game, this is the main line that slaps. Why play knight c3? I want to attack the. I want to develop, and heading to the center. Well, I mean, like, actually, highly rated opponents is fine, but first of all, I mean, like, I want to show some instructive. So I want to show you like the mistake that the earlier, I mean, like the low level and the low rated players makes, and also like I do play strong players in other days. I just want to play. I mean, like I just want to provide a lot of contents. I mean, like I can play every day for sure, but I think that for most of you guys, it is not that helpful. So I need to like do some contents for other days that will help you a lot, right? And hopefully that will be something that can please you guys, that can give me a lot of supporters. No, I don't mean that. I mean like that can be good for the community, and you guys can learn a lot from me. That's alright. From this handsome guy. Yeah, from this handsome guy. Okay, let's go back to work. Go back to work. What I'm doing right now. Knight c3. I mean, like I see a earlier question. Why b3 is bad? First of all, I know if you want to play the gambit, this is called Queen's Gambit, right? So you always need to like ready for him to take on c4. So when you play b3, simply it is not making sense. Normally, why? First of all, your bishop is not gonna be staying here. It is gonna be so passive. Second, defending your pawn doesn't make any sense. You can play something e3 and then playing better stuff. b3 is not a good way to protect the pawn c4. You understand? If you want to defend the pawn, e3 is a good move. In the game I play main line c3. My opponent actually play one of the main line here, d4. The main line includes knight f6. And here one can choose some variation, e3 or f3 or even cd5. Normally if you doesn't want to go for the gambit, e3 is a move. Or you can go for the main line which includes knight f3 and dc4. This is called like the modern attack in the Slav Defense. And now white play a4 to defend against b5, and it goes to different kind of position that is pretty tricky and requires a lot of theoretical knowledges. Knight c3 in the game, he play dc4, e3. You know why e4 is bad? No, e4 is worse. Since by e4, he can play b5 first. Second, he can play e5. And this thing is like a thematic pawn break in the Slav. This is called Alekhine attack. I think we all know about Alekhine defense. This is called Alekhine attack in the Slav variation. And sadly, this thing is not that good for white, actually. So normally, why just go for e3? E3 to attacking the c4 pawn like this, and then still defending the d4 pawn. So now you don't need to worry about e5. Now if your opponent play bishop e6 like this one, you can simply keep developing with knight f3. Since right now you have a threat with knight g5, also knight e5. to attacking this pawn on c4, which can give you a good position since your opponent is simply having a lag in development. He's simply slow in development right now. You understand? In the game he played b5. The main line. This is the main line. a4, attacking this thing. Now a6 is not good. Since right now you can take. So now tell me, how can you win material right here? How can white play to win material right here? White to play. This is easy stuff. Let's go through. Well, I want to go through that right away, heroic. One moment. This is the main line. I will tell you about that in a few minutes. No, I mean this is another line that can be playable for black. Yes, since the a8 rook is being hung, so knight b5 is a move. Right? Take this to rook a8, and you're winning material. And then when you're taking this, if you cannot take back, this pawn c4 becoming a really serious target to attack. Knight a3 next, and taking c4, and then we win a free pawn. Right? Well, before the main line, I'm going to tell you later. And for heroic sharp boy, so here, e5 is the main line. No, this is another line, what I'm taking. And the line consists of bishop c4, takes and pawn takes. This one. White is playing with the isolated pawn in the center, but he's really faster in development. This is not bad for white at all. The idea here is simply knight f3, castling, and knight e5 starting attack. And simply you can see that black is struggling for development. And white simply, really fast in development. He can always play d5 if he wants to remove the isolated pawn in center. So knight f3, castling, and attacking right now. It's good for him. And b5, okay, so let's go through the opening and then talk a little bit about the middle game, and then we're going through maybe the final game. Yeah, this stuff, like for everyone in general, it's not that easy. And I want to make it, I think that everyone can understand. So I'm going slow down, I'm going slow a bit. And I'm sorry for the guy who feel this is easy. I will still, to make this one becoming instructive for everyone, it's not easy. But I will try my best to include maybe something pretty tricky and not so easy to learn in, so that even the strong players can learn a bit from my stream. This fine, right? Hopefully. And one thing I tell you earlier is that, it's hard to please everyone. I just want to try my best, and doing my best job to explaining the things and also make you guys feel that chess is not that hard. This fine for you? Just tell me your recommendation and tell me what you want me to do. I'm trying, you can see that. a4, before the main line, attacking the knight. So now the main line consists of knight to e4. Knight e4. If right now, so bishop a6, so knight c5, attacking this bishop can be good for us. The main line is queen d5, bringing the queen up early in the opening. Knight g3. Knight g3. This is the main line. So now we want to play e4. Now the main line is knight f6 and knight f3. Like this. Oh no, bishop e2, bishop e2. Bishop e2 is the main line. Queen g2 simply, this is pretty simple. Bishop f3, and we're winning the queen, right? One a3 prophylaxis. If you're playing if you play a3, so you cannot attacking the b5 pawn that is protecting the c4 pawn, and we don't even need to simply prevent before. Why we need to prevent before? We want him to move the pawn so that this pawn c4 can be attacked to attack. No, this is not Queen's Game accepted. This is Slav Defense. Queen gambit is another lie. From before, no, before, and knight e4, b5, knight g3, and knight 6, bishop e2. Next idea is simply trying to go for e4 fast, and then knight 3, castling, e4. This is the main lie. And the main lie, I think, this is in a game between the strong Chinese player, Yu Yangyi, who right now is like, 27, 50, classical, super GM Yu Yangyi from Chinese. And black guys is the Hungarian GM, who is a very, very famous author, Saba Balok. Knight e4, bishop 3, f5, and knight g2. This lie is damn tricky. This lie is one of the lines that is very tricky and contains a lot of, like theoretical traps in the opening. But overall, this should be good for white. In the game, Yu Yangyi got a chance to win, but he failed to capitalize, and then black won at the end. This game happened in around 2011, and I mean, like, since I played this line for white, I must know the game. I mean, this thing is, when you get better, you need to know everything, especially the thing you play. Yes. So this is the main lie. But in the game, he played queen b6, which I must say that I never know about this one. So I play simply a b5, c5, and b3. b3. Black is simply underdeveloped. So now I attacking at the c4 pawn right away, right? And trying to force him to make concession. If he takes here, so it should be 5 check. And then queen b3 next. And it's simply so fast in development. The thing that black need to take care of. In the game he doesn't. He go for b4 so fast. And knight d5. Not only with a tempo to attacking the queen. But also we can take in c4 next. Capturing c4 next. Queen b7 should be the best, actually. Like it doesn't get the queen into bad squares. Also, it is something that black can try hang on. I think both this and this is fine right now. In the game, I guess I can go for bc4. But this is fine as well. Here's so knight 4, defending g2, then knight 3 and developing. Simply, black is so much behind in development, right? So, I'm going to play the game. So, c4. I mean, like, why playing this? This is much easier to explain. Simply, we see that white doing queen c6. He let the queen and the king in the same diagonal. Like that's right. And we see that, okay, so the bishop can try to exploit that. And we see the, we know this pattern, right? Know the pattern. So bishop takes. Simply not only developing the bishop, but also looking for that pattern as well. Even if you play knight 4 here, you're still better. You can even play d5 next to go for the attack pretty quickly in the center, but we already know the pattern, right? You understand that? And it should be 5. It's a move we need to look for. Yeah, this is the game continuation, Joe. Come to g5? Well, I mean, he can do that for sure, but just it is so greedy to do so. I mean, something like this. For instance, knight 4 and g5, right? g5. It looks really, really not so good for him to be that greedy. I think we can play something knight h5. This one, and queen g2, knight g3, like this. His piece seems to be so slow in development. I think this should be good for us. Okay, and I'm gonna go for something like maybe queen f3. So sure, but this is something gonna be better for us. I think knight g3 should be best. Knight g3 should be best. I mean, we are simply so better in development. That's why this thing can be accepted. In the game, he doesn't see that. So bishop c4. No. What I'm doing is e6. Before I'm trying to explain the fun part of the game, which is I think will take only 1 or 2 minutes. So guys, now give me I want a poll. I need to go in around 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So now this is your time to decide. You want to finish today with GeoGuessr or maybe another game? Let me try and make a poll. One moment. Go. Okay, I'm going through the game, just trying to give me. I want to try come back to see the poll result after this. Should be 5. So now by doing this, simply I'm winning the queen, right? Since queen b5 knight c7, we got a royal fork right here. A royal fork. That's completely winning the game for us, right? Completely winning the game for us. And the king moves. We play here some symbol over. So the final thing I need to tell you is about how to convert the game into the win when we're up material. So right now, seem like some guys can be so like happy to get this position. We're trying to get the queen to attack right away, but it's not correct. Just trying to finish the development and bring all your pieces into an ideal position. F3, trying to simply develop first. Now I can also play castling, but I'll play knight e5 first, since I see that he can attack back, and got a good square on e5. Should be 7, castling here, and then I take. Since I see that I can pin him to his file, and my pieces can be very, very active. Well, the thing for my family is that they don't know how to play chess. My entire family doesn't know how to play chess. Let's keep going. So king d7 and queen d3, bringing out the bishop and a rook. And simply after you can involve all the pieces into the game. You are going to win slowly, and then your opponent cannot do anything, right? And defend against all the opponent's idea, like for instance like this. So now you can see he wants to play bishop b5, right, to take away our rook. So queen d3, not only we want to go for queen f5 to attack, but also we want to go for some really strong idea to checkmate him. No, not to checkmate him, but trying to to check him and force him to get into an inferior position. You understand? Well, obviously I will try to, after today, I will try and upload this into YouTube, for sure. Okay, so, final game. And then final part, I win it easily. Getting out the pieces and rook c1 is going next. Right? This is all about the game. You need some questions? Okay, so I don't see any questions right here. So like this, I will go for a toilet break. We'll be back in maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Maybe 1 minute, probably. And then the final game we'll play. I think play final game. Well, he should be fighting the game and rook c1. And then simply his king need to abandon the defense of this bishop. Right? Queen e7 is impossible. And then it's over, right? That's all. This is the game continuation. So like this, I wanna go for the break. When we back, I will play the final rapid games for today. You understand? So hopefully you understand the thing. And I'm joking, but I hope that I can get some supports. No. Forget that. So, okay, just enjoying there and be back in 1 minute.